Oh, hi.
Hello.
Hey there.
Hi.
Hey there.
How's everybody doing? I feel like that's what I say at the beginning of every single stream, no matter what, no matter if I've talked to everyone before earlier in the day. So how are we doing?
Doing good. Doing nice.
Good, yeah.
Good.
No complaints.
Well, yeah.
Don't sound so excited, Zeki.
So he was like, you know.
Also, I am gonna need someone else to deal with the volume because of the fact I just got an ear piercing and I can't put this over my ear, so I'm getting about 50%. So I don't know if the music is too loud. I don't know.
You nailed it. You set it to 14. That is the correct number for volume.
Perfect.
It is.
Fantastic.
I can
Nailed
actually
it,
hear
Katie.
it for this song.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's exciting. Cool. So I guess we're here
Let's-
to.
Yeah, I mean, let's chat about the first fully joint session of both halves of the party.
Yeah. I am. So, full disclosure to anyone who was not physically on the call, I got a horrible migraine about halfway through the last session. And I
It's true.
genuinely don't remember a lot of what happened because I was in so much pain that I was just sort of trying to get through. I do know that I ended in a really bad spot, but how I got there, kind of unclear in my head. So this will be a little good for me to piece things together as well.
I think, if I remember correctly, wasn't it just your date kind of falling apart?
So Ryan had the date.
But I felt
Katie was
Katie was
there.
also on a different date. They just
Yeah,
didn't call it a date.
Yeah, I guess you
I
could
was
call it
on-
a sales date,
Yeah.
if you will.
A rendezvous.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
Points
having an
me,
initial
if you will.
sales call with a prospect.
A business meeting.
Oh yeah, business meeting.
Cool.
I thought it was interesting from what I remember getting everyone together because I feel like we have to figure out what the dynamic of the group is going to be with all 6 of us, and that's a big undertaking.
Mhm.
It's a bigger undertaking than I actually expected it to be. I don't know if any of you guys felt that way, but
We had just nailed down the 3-person vibe, and now it's oh, nope, just joking. Now there's 6 of us.
yeah.
And they're very different vibes that we
Yes.
cultivated.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it's so fun to see it interact.
Yeah. It was because when now jumping in with all 6 people, it was wow, there's so many different personalities that are meshing that you kind of have to feel all right, my character sees this person this way, now this person, and literally are interacting differently, especially because Al is new people run shy, so it's then having to
Right. And it's that question of how do I stay authentic to this character while also knowing that I have to fit into this group in order for the next whatever many episodes to happen, which I feel can definitely be challenging.
Mhm.
I'm actually curious. Is there, because we all sat around a table as we were doing all of our sort of background stuff, and I kind of essentially therapized each of you individually as your characters, which is an interesting way to build characters. But I'm curious if there's maybe a dynamic that you expected to go one way between maybe you and another character, or you and a couple of characters that didn't go sort of as anticipated.
Who are you asking?
All of you collectively. This is to each and every one of you.
I have an answer. Pick on me.
Go for it. You don't have to raise your hand. You can just talk. This is just a conversation. I'm not your teacher. You don't have to raise your hand. I'm not going to call on you that way.
I mean, so I was expecting with Rachel the dynamic of Azad and Patchwork to be a very maternal mother-child type of situation. I feel and it's fine, but I feel Azad is sort of forcing that onto Patchwork as opposed to us falling into that naturally, which is interesting, and I don't know what I'm going to do with it because I think at a certain point, Azad is smart enough to know when the other person is just completely not reciprocating what they are putting out, right? But then I also look around, I'm oh, but there's 5 other people here who I could potentially parent. So I think I'm kind of scanning for my next baby.
To be clear,
in the least creepy way possible.
this is not how you handle your trauma.
No.
You don't project it onto others, but you know.
No, but I feel like, you know, that we had this very clear idea of like Azad and Patchwork as this little dynamic duo that was going to be that sort of like her working out her trauma with her children, like through this sort of sentient question mark being. And now it's sort of like, that doesn't feel like the right vehicle anymore. And it might change, but that's something that I've sort of been thinking about over the last 3 episodes. Like, Patchwork is their own person, right? Or
Patchwork is literally hundreds of years old. Yes.
Yeah, Patchwork is objectively more mature than Azad is in a lot of ways. Like, maybe a little bit more naive, but I think that, like, honestly, someone like Rev might end up being more of a child figure, or even like Corey, or, you know, Bill, or probably not Al, just because that does not feel like really that sort of mother-son thing is gonna come out of that relationship. But
I mean, we don't know.
You want to call me mommy?
I mean, Al has mommy issues, so
That's fair, actually. Oh my god,
Ben had to go. Ben couldn't deal.
Oh.
Says the guy who's like, "Oh, you don't have to call me teacher."
Yeah, because I don't want it.
But yeah,
Sure.
sorry. That was my answer to your question, is the Patchwork thing I've got to figure out, because, yeah, I'm not sure what's going to happen there. But if anyone else has any other answers to the question as well.
I would say, I was interested in seeing how the interaction between Azad and Al would go, because they're both parental-like figures, and I wanted to see how that meshed. But then, like, the GM and I know that the dark history behind Al and what motivates him. So I wanted to see how that kind of Azad is also anal retentive and wants to get at a point, and so is Al to a sense, but then he's more so just awkward with it and doesn't know how to express it. So I am curious, and we didn't get to touch too much on that in the moment because things were moving and we had to set plan, but I'm curious to see how their relationship does develop over the course of the campaign.
I am too. I feel like Al is the one that I don't know how Azad is going to really, like, what that dynamic is going to look like. Because you don't feel like you need to be parented, even though you might. Like, that's not just, like, at first glance the way that she is reading the situation. So I think she's sort of, at this point, like, I don't know what to do with this person, because they definitely don't need my guidance, but also they are very stressed out all of the time, and I am also very stressed out all the time. So yeah, that'll have to develop organically, because I genuinely don't know what that's gonna look like.
I think it'll be fun though.
Misery does love company, so
Yeah.
why shouldn't anxiety? You know,
It's gonna be the two of us, like, having our little anxious breakdowns together before every mission.
it's like
Exactly.
quick sidebar. Are you freaking out? Because I'm freaking out. Zeki and Alex, how about you guys?
I feel like I was surprised at how comfortable Bill felt with Patchwork. I mean, I know that we had spent a lot of time together in the woods, but I think there's something about how all of the other members in the group sort of wear their neuroses on their sleeve, I think, a little bit. And Bill is, like, a little bit nervous to be around them because they're all potentially some people that could, like, expect things of him, or, like, you know, hurt him in some way if he gets too close to them. But Patchwork, I think, is so straightforward with what they're doing that I think Bill is really comfortable around Patchwork. I don't want to say in the same way that he's comfortable around animals, but, like, it's the same kind of vibe where it's like, we have this easy relationship that isn't going to, like, take too much from me. But I'm interested to see how that goes as maybe Patchwork discovers some more things about themselves, and Bill digs up some of the things that are sitting way down deep.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of surprised that Al and Katie's character's name that I'm blanking on right now because this is a new
Azad.
campaign.
Azad.
Azad. I'm actually like very surprised that they didn't like hit it off more.
I don't
Especially-
think I knew what to do with him.
Like it was just interesting to me because in character, Corey's like, oh, Al is just like this like much older brother who is like always the one who is like super well spoken and is like the face, even though like Corey is the one like jumping around in front of everyone's face.
Right.
Al is really the one that's like, oh, thanks for letting him solve this mystery. You know what I mean? And so I was kind of expecting more of that Al to meet Azad, and instead we got the like very anxious Al that I don't think I think that Corey has seen that Al before, but not for a long time, and also not in like a positive context, I'll say.
It's also worth noting that this is like, this is probably your first time seeing him in a crowd of this many people, which means that like the magnitude of that anxiety around being around so many people is elevated in a way that I can't imagine you guys would have ever, like, there wouldn't be any reason for you to have seen that side of him as he like navigates like being surrounded by hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. It's just such a sensory overload for Al right now. And then like with the children screaming, then this food that he's never really had to try before. And he's very much like
That was so funny. We're talking.
I thought that scene was hilarious.
I really enjoyed that.
I will tell you not go building this character. I never thought they would be part of the comedic kind of trope, like the scenes. But I find that the three of us, Bill, Corey, and Al, just seem to be like kind of like the Three Stooges, Carrie, Larry, and Mo. So I don't know if that's Curly.
Mo, Larry, and Curly.
Mo, Larry, and Curly. Sorry.
And
Yeah.
Chef, right? That's
Yeah.
the one that no one talks about.
Yeah, the forgotten one.
The
The forgotten stooge.
There's only 3 of them, and there will only have ever been 3 of them. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
He
Never
was the
happened.
brother that no one talked about.
Who?
I don't know.
I cannot fucking wear these headphones because I don't know what to do. Maybe
Put it on
You
top
got
of your
some-
head, on your temples.
Oh yeah, you're
Like
a
a DJ.
Yeah.
That's the wrong temple.
Is this going well?
Incorrect temple.
Is everyone happy?
Is that your like half Oculus headset? Are you like an Oculus pirate?
I don't know where to put it.
That's a good idea. Yeah, put it
There
behind.
you go.
Yeah,
I look so cute. I look like I just woke up.
Gorgeous.
something like that.
Oh,
Ugh.
goodness.
Yeah. I feel like for me, I have no idea. Oh, thanks for the sub, Balor. Sorry, I just saw that.
Thank you, Balor.
I feel like I don't know this group yet. And I think that's what we talked about, like the purpose of these sessions, like these first 4 sessions of campaign.
Honestly, I'm thinking of extending it even a little bit further.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that it might be useful for you guys to just like go do some like fun, low level stuff for a little bit, figure out the dynamic, and then be like, okay, whether it's like you guys get to then have a meeting with Giovanni, and it's like, hey, I've got a lead on X, Y, or Z thing. There's give you guys an opportunity to like figure out. Essentially for your characters to actually figure out their relationships to one another and do so in a context where you don't have to worry about like storyline or plot stuff or whatever. You can just be like, okay, we're just gonna like see like what's the dynamic, right? What's the dynamic when maybe like we're in a fight and somebody goes down? Like who's the person that rushes over and gets them back up, or like who's the person that puts themselves between other people in danger? You're like, what are people's instincts in regards to one another, and you're like sort of the internal driving factors.
I mean, I think even more than that. I mean, yes, that, but also like us as people playing together. Like this group has never played together before. Like honestly, even our session 0 we did in real life, it was a lot of like group therapy. So we didn't actually roll dice and like role play together. So last Tuesday was the first time that this
The whole
6
group is
party has
Yeah.
ever played together.
Yeah.
And I think that we're doing something really interesting by like airing these sessions, because I think a choice we could have made would have been to say like, hey, let's do these sessions offline, right? And like get the group to a spot where we feel comfortable embarking out on this like whatever campaign. And instead of that, we're saying, okay, let's stream it all so that people can sort of watch that process as well.
Just showing it all.
Our
I feel
whole
like
ass.
I've been showing my whole ass to everyone on the internet.
No filters.
Oh my god, that was a conversation that Melinda and I had for that 21 questions thing, where it was like, what's something that people like think about you that isn't true? And I was like, I show my entire ass on the internet daily. Like, I don't know what I don't share with people. Like, everyone knows everything.
The only thing that you don't share actively is your actual ass.
That's true, actually.
It's true.
I know the strobe light. We don't know how the fuck to fix that. It's been doing it. It was
So we figured out. I figured out what it is.
But it's doing it now, regardless.
Yeah. So Katie, if you put your hand like down in a corner, no lower. Yeah. So as you guys can see, it is somehow overlapping. It's a green screen issue, and we don't know why it's happening. Just that it is.
It's not a weird like reflection of light off of her ring, is it?
No. So
No.
Katie, if you put your arm across your chest to block,
Cover your
skin,
shame, Katie. That'll solve the problem.
So you see,
Oh wow,
you
it did save it.
yeah. So it's something to do with lighter colors and this section of screen like here ish, then being mirrored up here.
Yeah, I don't.
We don't know
fucking
why.
how to fix it, and it
Yeah.
drives me crazy too. And I try not to look at my camera, but like, I would love to figure out how to make it not do this. What if I like? No, that's not any better. Sorry.
Katie just puts her boobs right into the
I
camera.
was what I was trying to do. I was trying to adjust the
Classic.
frame.
Absolutely.
Classic Katie.
Classic.
Another day.
And also, no worries about apologizing.
No.
apologize, right?
It
is a
annoys me
thing.
so much.
You're in good company.
Yeah.
Actually, so speaking of like making decisions to air this as we're figuring our dynamic, for folks at home who are thinking about like doing similar things and they're like, oh, we should like stream a campaign. I got some fucking lessons for y'all.
Lol.
Learned here that you don't necessarily need to repeat. One, if you've never written a full campaign before, don't start by streaming your first one. It is so stressful.
You're doing great, baby.
2, take your time before you start streaming it. You don't have to build the airplane while you're flying it unless you want to.
It is a much more entertaining experience. For the
Yeah.
audience.
Entertaining is a word that you could use, definitely.
I mean, we did go into this wanting to show all of the like muck
Yes.
and the like
Mhm.
BTS shit
Yes.
that comes with.
That's like our shtick.
Yeah, that's
Cleavage cam channel.
it's giving Ben a heart attack, but we are doing what we set out to do.
It's true. It is. Yeah. I mean, like this was a thing that we talked about, and I was like, it's gonna be fun, y'all. I have never been so consistently anxious.
I'm having a great time.
Just wait till we switch to OBS.
and Pathfinder at the same time.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I got you, Ben.
It's gonna be.
I
great.
might have to have a side chat with you about that, actually.
Hell yeah. Also, write everything down.
Oh,
I
seriously.
have a great memory. There's so many little things where I'm like, oh, I know I had a conversation about that and I didn't write it down. And boy, do I regret not writing those things down. So 3 takeaways, folks. Don't stream your first ever homebrewed campaign unless you really want to torture yourself. 2, make sure you take some time. Like, flesh out enough that you feel like, okay, I'm ready to go into it. You don't have to build the whole thing, right? Like, you don't have to build the whole world. But, like, give yourself a little wiggle room. 3, fucking write everything down. All of it. Even the shit that doesn't feel useful. I promise you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Fortunately for us, we record everything we do like almost 24/7. So if we said it, even if we didn't write it down, it's saved somewhere in the
Somewhere.
space.
Will I go
Fair.
back and watch it? No.
You would be surprised at how many views of the Chaos Ladies on YouTube are just from this guy.
Like, oh, we're at 127. You're like, yeah, that's like 100 of me.
I was really trying to nail down this character voice. Sorry.
Never name an NPC Jeffrey. Hey, look.
Yo,
Oh, fun fact. So if y'all watched Wednesday's stream, there was like a conversation that was happening. Sorry, this is like not about the main campaign, so but it's like still in Mitra, so it like kind of counts. In our private chat, Katie was like, "Oh, you should name him Vincent," because that was sort of like the running joke in the previous day's episode. I did not see that because I didn't open the private chat for like a while because I just had chat open. You know, I like you guys, not that much though, so don't
Stop
let it go to your
sucking up
head.
the chat.
And I was like, oh, I like, of course I have to. He's got to be going by Vincent now. So two totally separate thought processes, and then I like said it, and they're all laughing because they've been reading the private chat, and they're like, haha, he's doing it, and I'm chuckling because I'm like, haha, how clever of me. Yeah, great time.
Is that why you were getting so mad at us for like misnaming the character?
Oh no, I just think it's like a running gag for him that like people try to misname him, and eventually he like is like, fuck it, I guess I'm just gonna use that name because people seem to think it goes well with me. So I think it's just like he's like, oh, I finally settled on a new name at this point in my life. It's Vincent now.
Are you telling everyone that canonically Jeffrey becomes Vincent?
Yeah,
Are you
eventually starts saying,
still in that? Okay, all right.
yeah,
I didn't know that we were sharing that with the world.
It was the same. It was clearly the same character. I described him the same way.
That's fair. That's fair. That's
If
fair.
you
Same
couldn't
voice.
figure out pinstripe like starchy ass suit and fucking closely cropped
Starchy
short
ass
hair
suit.
and the same voice, that's a you problem. But yeah, that's like that was just like a whole. It was just like a funny thing that happened. And Kate was like, "Oh, so you like read it and whatever?" And I was like, "I didn't see that you said that in chat until like 15 minutes later." Yeah,
That
yeah.
was my
I don't read the
idea.
private chat a lot.
Oh yeah, that was Omar's idea. Right?
No, not my idea. No, I'm saying that. No. I'm saying I'm saying Ben. It's like that was my idea.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
well, I thought someone else had said his name better be Vincent in chat.
It's like everyone's collective idea.
Okay.
Like hive mind, you know.
Oh, wait, Omar wasn't even in that game. What happened?
I wasn't even in it.
Omar popped in, never joined the stream, was just like, you better fucking name him Vincent. And then bounced immediately, and we're all like, okay, I mean, yeah, sure, I guess.
Omar is actually one of the men who stares at goats.
There you go.
That's it. Just send in mind control.
Hell yeah. Oh,
You
gosh.
will name
Yeah,
him
that was,
Jeffrey.
that was a funny moment after the fact where I was like, what do you mean? I named him that.
I really thought you were
By that, I
doing
mean-
a fuck you to me because I was being annoying in the private chat, being like, name him Vincent, and then you named him Vincent. And I was like, oh, was that just like a fine? If you want me to name him Vincent, guess I will.
Nope, that was fully an homage to the that was Jeffrey. Now the artist formerly known as Jeffrey's homage to a group of kids and not such kids that he met many years before.
Also, how do you feel about the Jersey Shore now being canon in Mitra?
Up and love it. I love it. There's got to be an armpit in every continent. And
Oh
we
my
have one.
goodness.
Sorry, New Jersey residents.
I'm just sorry that like almost all of them were from New York City.
Honestly, fair.
That's the other kind of fun thing about having guests on to play in the world is like they say something and then it is now canon
Yep.
for the world
Yep.
for
Yep.
forever, despite the fact that they know nothing about Mitra at all.
Yeah.
That's actually something I kind of want to take advantage of. Like, rather than us building all of the things, like doing one shots in the context of the same place means that like people who don't know anything about it and therefore are sort of free of the constraints of whatever the preconceptions are that you kind of bring it into a setting with you, can just like make up random shit and you're like, that's funny and I want it now. That's the thing. That's a thing now. It has to be a thing. And so you can get some really like, I don't know, colorful world building from people being like, Jersey Shore, you've got one now. And I was like, yeah.
With a bunch of accent aigu over the
Yes.
yes.
Yes. And everyone will look more or less like an Oompa Loompa, although not all the same size. But yeah, I think that everyone there just has like weirdly orange skin. It's
Just
something in
a
the
bunch
diet.
of like dwarves and
Yeah.
halflings and
Yeah.
gnomes and pixies and
And they're
stuff.
all
Yeah.
orange.
They're all like
orange.
they all just like are super buff. For whatever reason, there's just like a negative intelligence modifier that comes with like living in the area.
It
It's
doesn't
the
matter
water.
what race you are. If you are born in the Jersey Shore, you have a negative
Or if you live there for too long, you know,
Yeah.
it'll have a negative impact. It's something in the water. That's probably why their skin turns orange. This is canon now. This is we're
Committing to it now.
World building.
Also, Balor said that they weren't expecting the Pixie Mafia, which has been a theme across every single thing we have ever done in this world.
So confession. This is like there are like a few DMs who I really, really love. And there are some nods that I would that I can't help but give. And Brennan Lee Mulligan has Pixie Mafia in the Unsleeping City, and I couldn't stop laughing because the idea is sort of like the Shrew Mafia in oh gosh, what was Shakira played the singing antelope, the movie, animated movie?
Zootopia.
Zing.
Zootopia.
No, I was wrong.
Yeah, Zootopia. So there's like the little like shrew who's the mafia boss. He's got the polar bears, and I was like, it's just such a funny image. Like I really like the idea of it. Yeah, he's one of my favorite characters.
That's fair. I mean, it's very good.
Yeah.
Like it's like the silly dichotomy of tiny little pixie, big mafia don.
I love it.
And now I've got a whole family of them too. Do you have that? Do you have that family tree built out?
Hell no.
Okay, just checking.
Are you kidding me? I'm lucky if I have your session for the day built out. Sheesh. That's not quite true, but do I have it built out? I have like a general idea, a like generational idea of like how many generations there are between like the campaign and the one shot that we'll be finishing later today. But I don't have like names. Actually, I do have names because they just took the same fucking name all the way down. There's like the 7th is where we're at this point. So
Ben's world building. Give them all the same names and tack a number on.
boom. Makes it easy.
Wow, much creative.
Yeah, thank you.
That's creative.
Perfection.
Called a dynasty, you uncultured swine.
It's called lazy world building.
Called efficient world building.
Shade.
Efficiency. Focus your creativity on other people's names, like Vincent's.
Yes.
Shade.
Oh goodness. Yeah. Yeah. That's another takeaway. Have people come do one shots with you and have them build out your world for you.
Yeah.
That's ingenious.
It's going well.
It's so much easier than trying to think of it all yourself. Like, hey, can we get like a few like smart people together in a room, just have them like talk for a while, and then eventually something good's gonna come out of it, and I'll just steal that and use it. And
Ben, you need to do a series called The Lazy DM where you just give your DM hacks.
I cannot do that. It's already a thing.
Oh,
Yep.
really? Damn
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I thought I'd made up an original idea.
Nope, Sly Flourish has a whole YouTube channel dedicated to the lazy DM, and it is
Well, it's a
actually
good idea. Good for them.
yeah, he's killing it. It's great. Lots of like phenomenal resources. Because we all know how many cousins Italians have. You're not wrong. I have an Italian side of my family, and there are so many freaking cousins. I remember going to like family reunions. I'd be like, I don't remember half of these people's names. And there's like 60 people here, and it's not the full side of the family. You could never tell by looking at me, but you know, neither orange nor swarthy.
That olive skin that you have, Ben?
Oh yeah, the olive that's been kept out of the sunlight for its entirety. The entire-
And
the
it's
grossest
for
olive.
5 minutes and comes back red as a fucking lobster.
in March. I wish I was joking. I get my first sunburn pretty consistently in March.
It's the reflection off the snow.
And or my own skin.
Your skin reflecting off itself.
I was at least giving you the benefit of the doubt of it being a
I
snowstorm.
appreciate that, but no, it's just me.
Anyways,
yeah. So I don't know. Are there things you guys want to talk about? I'm actually gonna dip out for a second because I've got a cup of tea with my name on it downstairs. So you go like chat amongst yourselves. I'm gonna try to not fall asleep during our next session because
Ben, you just woke up from a nap.
and now he's having sleepy time tea. Leave the man alone.
I'm having English tea right now. Actually, the boy is tuckered. All right, I'll be back in like a minute.
Okay. Go
Don't
get
miss
your
me for
tea.
much chat.
What's
my
funny is
Lord.
Ben doesn't have the same headphones you do, Katie, so he won't hear what we talk about.
No, he won't. Oh, Ben's Twitter link on Linktree is broken. Sheet. How do I fix that? Actually, he made his Linktree, so he's going to need to fix that.
Yeah.
Yep.
But Katie, what don't you remember? Let's talk about that for a second.
Oh God.
So we can like fill you in. At
Yeah,
least.
exactly. Fill in the gaps collectively.
I remember that honestly, like about when we started actually enacting distract extract is about when my brain just went migraine, pain, goodbye.
Oh.
Okay. That's actually less. You
Yeah.
missed less than half the session then, for sure.
That's
Because
good.
I feel like maybe just like honestly like the last 45 minutes,
Yeah.
which sounds like a lot, but we played for
But
like
we
3.5
didn't do very
hours.
much.
We also didn't do very much.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of
Ben's got
information
his work cut
gathering.
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ben's got his work cut out for him. For sure. With the rate that we move. He's just got to plan like a one shot?
Yeah, we're a slow moving cast of characters. I know that I was fucked. That is what I remember. Not fucked literally, fucked like metaphorically.
Okay.
I was like, I don't remember that.
I don't remember that
like,
part
I,
either.
like I got into a pickle.
I know that we were going on about the time. It was like 9:30, 9:33.
I swear it was 9:33. I'm just
9:03.
for the
Yeah,
record.
Who said it was
everyone.
9:03?
No, I think Corey thought it was 9:03 and it was 9:33 or vice versa. But I
There
remember
was
one
and continues to be a lot of discussion about the time.
Did you guys manage to do any distracting?
Oh,
Yes.
for sure.
Yeah, we're very distracting.
We let out a Wolverine.
A badger, a giant
Oh,
prehistoric
it was a badger.
badger.
Sorry, my bad. I
Get it
said
right.
You need to
Wolverine.
convince Wolverine, conflate Wolverine and a badger. They're very similar, really.
Yeah, they have similar vibes. Similar small but vicious vibes.
Similar small vicious vibes.
Speaking of the badger, Alex,
Yeah.
I actually wanted to talk to you about this.
Yes.
Are you interested as a ranger in having an animal familiar?
I am going Beastmaster for sure.
You are. Perfect. I thought that was the case, and I was like, oh, but we never actually talked about like when or where you get your first companion.
Now would be the time.
I was thinking that the badger would be your first companion.
origin story.
I was hoping that was where that was going.
Yeah. Okay.
Ben,
Cool.
you know
All right.
you have to do that voice all the time.
Yeah. Okay.
I can't wait till you learn how to like speak with animals, so that way you can actually hear the
My
badger's
the
show
words.
voice. But I want it to be, yeah, it's gonna be so refined and like ridiculous.
Oh, yes, you finally learned to communicate properly.
Why does he sound so sinister?
You speak
right,
Yes.
I'm just very excited at the prospect of being able to communicate with a fellow educated being.
I don't know why he kind of gives me the creeps.
It's definitely not gonna be. Definitely.
Like, I
not
feel like I
gonna be
need
bad
to watch his hands when he hugs me. Like that's the vibe I'm getting.
I want to hear your plant voice. I want you to talk. You better learn
My
how to talk
plant
to so
voice?
many plant and right. You can talk to plant and animals. So we need to have you talk to
Oh,
plants.
shit. True.
Yeah. I haven't talked to enough plants yet. That's true.
That's a fair point. Yeah.
Oh
I've done a
gosh.
plant voice. Didn't I do grass for you guys at
Yeah,
one
I
point?
was gonna say this is completely derailing this, and I'm so sorry to everyone in chat who doesn't know what I'm about to talk about, but I'm gonna talk about it anyway. With Zeki, Hannah, Jason, and we went into the like other dimension where we were trying to save like our dimension, and I think Hannah animated a blade of grass that we just were carrying around with us everywhere, but then everyone kept
God.
forgetting that the grass was there. So we kept having to roll to see if the grass got just like left in in a different part of the room.
Oh, guy.
That was a fun
Although,
campaign.
did it speak? I thought it was just, did it?
I think so.
Didn't also, when we did the, like, you and Barlin, I thought, had a conversation with, like, a
We
plant in
did.
that city.
Yes, in the No
We
Prep
did.
One Shot, which is on our YouTube, so I'm not talking about something that you can't be clued into. I went to go talk to the grass and then talk to the trees, and the grass was a little shit that was very unhelpful. I was like, I'm just grass.
my
I don't know
God,
how to help you.
I remember that was hilarious.
So, point being that Ben is very fluent in grass.
It just makes
I've
me
had
like a
to-
pothead.
I've had to be.
I mean,
Keep an eye out for grass in the city.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
allegedly.
I've had to like pretend to be corn before, and
Just a little corn cutie.
many
You're
many
so
ferns.
off base from
So
whatever
many
the fuck it was
ferns.
we were trying to talk about.
Goodness.
But yeah, so we let out the badger. I cast prestidigitation,
Prestidigitation?
whatever that spell is.
Prestidigitate. Yeah. it's no-
Press-
honestly, too many
Why did they
syllables.
name it
Too many syllables in that word.
Press a whole lot of education. And I made like fireworks and like some booms. So I basically am holding up sparklers at like the nighttime adults only festival.
Oh yeah.
So, like it's like, you know, probably like 10 other people are also doing this.
Honestly, yeah, I can fully see other people being like, oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, and then just doing that.
Oh my god, are you gonna start a rave?
Oh my goodness, yes.
I mean, it's not out of the question.
I need a severe amount of help given the fact that I have basically been just like locked in this tent with this Drake and these not mobsters, but
Smugglers?
definitely smugglers.
My upstanding
They-
citizens?
They
You're
sound
up-
like
Mm.
they totally sound like black market poacher, hunter, collectors.
I
kinda
also
thing.
don't know what's so disbelievable about the fact that like I just saw the tent, walked in, and was curious.
Because no one pays gold to get into that tent.
Rich people do. Rich people will just pay for whatever the fuck they want.
That's just how much it costs in order to do the thing
Yeah,
they
that's
want
just
to
how
do.
much it costs to do the
That's,
thing.
they very much were under the impression that no one was ever going to pay that much money to get in there.
I think
Well,
I'm most
Honestly,
surprised.
that's classist against rich people.
And you know what?
Speak up, Katie. Speak up.
Thank you. Thank you.
Quote me on it. You can fucking quote me. And if you at me, I'll come for your life. Yeah. I mean, is there anything else that you guys want to cover while we're here? We're
I mean,
coming up on the 40.
I was gonna say, yeah, we're gonna be back here in 20 minutes to play some Dungeons and Dragons with Melinda and Alex and Zeki
yeah.
and Jason. So
I have
Yeah.
like one last question.
Yeah.
If nobody else has anything. Ben, why did neither of those characters in this poaching, smuggling animal ring, why did none of them sound like Tiger King?
Because I've never watched that show, so I don't know what he sounds like well enough to do an impression.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair
could
enough.
you?
And I would
do
not
one for us,
want
Becky?
to.
I will never financially recover from this.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
Honestly,
Pretty good. Pretty good.
They're sort of like 1/4 Corna, 3/4 Tiger King.
Yeah. Corna and Tiger King had a baby.
No, that's
No.
horrible.
No,
I
no.
don't like
No,
that.
not. Well, no.
He's
Corna's
9, Katie.
Corna's
He's
an adult.
9.
No, 9, but 9 is an adult, right?
Yeah,
Like, isn't that the whole point that 9
that
makes?
is true.
Yeah, yeah.
Doesn't
I
matter.
am like well into my adult years.
Yeah, I'm not being weird. Corna can have a full-blown love life if Corna wants to. Corna's an adult. God damn it.
No way. Carol Baskin's husband is alive and living in
Really?
Brazil.
Well, okay,
No.
Carol Baskin said her
Confirmed?
husband is alive and living in Brazil. I don't know if that has actually been confirmed.
Oh.
Who's Carol? Like of Baskin Robbins?
No, no, don't worry about it, Ben.
Yeah,
Ben.
Save yourself the trauma.
Yeah. I watched that when we were living in the same place and you just refused to come into the room with me. So
I was busy playing World of Warcraft, and I stand by my decision.
I'm pretty sure you were playing The Division at that point in time, actually.
Oh, that's true. I did play that game for almost 30 hours straight when it
You
first was
played it
released.
for almost 3 days straight, Ben.
No, but without sleeping, without a break. Oh, I did eat and like use the bathroom, drink water, but like
See,
30
I,
hours.
You didn't have a water bottle at the desk, you know?
I did also.
Uh,
Well, you have to refill it occasionally. Up to 30
Oh, not
hours.
for water. I'm
No, not for water.
Oh, that kind of one. Yeah, no, that I did not do. I've never done that.
not yet.
I'm so glad to hear that, honestly.
Well, okay. With the exception being like after rugby matches when we would. So you
Ben,
don't. You
Ben.
go play,
Ben,
and then you have to take
think
a bus
very
home,
carefully about what you're about to
potentially
say.
multiply. It wasn't just me. It was everybody. You have a 3-hour bus ride home, and all you got is water bottles. You're not going to stop, and you've been drinking. Come on.
yeah, we've all been there, right?
Yeah.
I've literally never been there. Ever.
Never?
In my entire life.
Ben, no.
Listen, we had to ride in fucking like school buses and shit. Y'all got like actual coach buses because you were a sanctioned team and we were just a club team. So don't at me with your bougie shit.
My bougie shit. Oh,
Bougie
man.
bus bathroom.
Yeah, you
Bougie
bougie
bus.
bougie
Bougie
bathroom
boozy.
bitch.
Say that 10 times fast.
I can't. I could barely get through it once.
No one ever used those bathrooms.
You never
Y'all
used a
were
bus
cleaning
bathroom?
bottles?
Oh,
I
we
knew
didn't,
it.
because the moment someone did, it made the entire bus so disgusting.
That's
So we were
fair.
just like, as a group, we're like, under
Collectively.
no condition is anyone allowed to use these things.
Right.
Respect it.
Well, I'm so glad that we've talked so much for 45 minutes about the world of Mitra.
I tried.
Oh goodness.
Any last words before I sign us off for us to come back here in 15 minutes?
Do we still need to break the Drake out of its prison?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
you do.
Severely.
Got it. Okay.
Badly.
Is Alistar actually causing any type of distraction?
No, unless like the statue mime thing is like coming back.
I think the answer is yes, but I don't know if you're distracting the people you were aiming to distract.
Okay.
Yeah.
God.
There's definitely some people who are like,
Who the fuck
I don't
is
know
this?
what's going on, but like, I guess I'm kind of entertained and I want to see where this goes.
You're distracting all the drunk people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People are like, yeah, let's go.
Okay, but you could use that to your benefit if you essentially get like an army of drunk people who will like
Oh.
be distractions for you,
weaponize the
weaponize
inebriated
incompetence.
Oh, I don't know, but Alistar's not like drunk people. As you saw, everyone was trying to give him a drink, and he was like, "That is the devil's liquid there, the 9 hells."
Well, he might have to get over it if he wants an army of drunk distractions.
That's fair.
And on that note, I've dropped my fidget again.
Oh no.
It's fine.
Oh no.
We will be back in
Oh no.
15 minutes
Oh, no.
for the second half of our Botions 5
Yep.
heist.
With everyone you see here, minus Omar, sorry.
Boson
Plus
5.
Ah!
Amanda and Jason.
Hi, Omar.
See y'all in a few minutes.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.